Hello, this is Stephen in wonderful Wiltshire. We say hello to the Be Live Streamers group, to live video with Stephen, to YouTube and to LinkedIn. If you're watching me live, thank you. If you catch me on the replay, thank you. And it does say that I'm now live on Facebook, which is good to know. That's from Facebook itself. And you didn't hear that because I have Crisp.io working, which I recommend to anybody who is live broadcasting. So the only thing that can be heard on a live broadcast is your voice. Reason for actually doing this is I'm live again somewhere else. Just a minute. All right. Okay. That's a different. Notice about a different system, but we're talking about Be Live today. Welcome to the broadcast. And if you want to say hello, please do, because this is most definitely, as that clock disappears, I appear. This is most definitely an interactive broadcast. This is my third broadcast today, and I've got another meeting after this, so quite a busy day. But it's good to be live in the Be Live Streamers group. I always enjoy broadcasting into the group and listening. I'm here to listen today, as well as to talk. So if you have any questions about a topic today, please do ask. Welcome to the show. This is structuring a broadcast, and we're going to be looking at the ways in which we can structure our broadcasts to actually get the best out of every single broadcast that we do. Just need to make one change. Just a minute. Bear with me a second. Wrong button. I'll get it right. And I'm going to go here. I'm going to go here and apply. Okay, so the title's not taking up too much space. Okay, so welcome. As I say, this is an interactive show. Please do say hello. Please ask your questions about live broadcasting and about, in particular, about structuring a broadcast. Because how you run a broadcast is a choice. It's your choice. You could either just turn up and switch on the camera and start talking. And I've learned to do that since I started on Amazon Live. Or you can structure the show so you can go through a series of points. Now, we're very lucky in that we use Be Live, and because of that, let's put the logo on screen just to emphasize that. So Be Live, because of Be Live, we've got the agenda, and the agenda makes it easy to actually write down a run of show really, so you can actually talk to the topics that you're going to bring up. So the first thing about a show, there are 3 types of broadcast as far as I'm aware, and we're going to cover them all. First is a show like this one, which is a solo broadcast. It's just me on screen and I'm talking. And this is probably the one that takes the most work because it's just you. And you have a time slot to fill, 30 minutes or 60 minutes. Choice is yours. But you need to have a run of shows so you can actually talk against it. Now, when I'm on Amazon, the carousel is my run of shows. I talk about the 40 products in the carousel. When we're on Blabbing for Britain, episode 331, tomorrow, we're driven by the day's news. Okay, so you solo, one person on screen. Duo, second type of show is, wait a minute, I misspelt that. That's bad, isn't it? Just a minute. Probably what it should say. I'm just waiting for it to update. And yeah, duo interview. This is the second type of broadcast. So solo and then duo interview. And the interview show is, is totally different. I'm interviewing tomorrow at 2:00 my good friend Grant Saunders. And basically, in an interview show, as presenters, we're there to listen. We're there to listen to the person who's being interviewed. We ask the questions, we get the answer, and that's the way that it rolls. Now, the way I do that is basically I will give Grant 3 or 4 questions to start with, which will be who, where, what, and why. Who are you? Where are you? What do you do? And why should people come to you and what for. Who, what, where, why. So the 4 questions actually control an interview. And the thing is that as the host of the show, what you should be doing is listening to the answers. Because if you get answers to those 4 questions, it leads to other questions. And you can get a natural flow from the show from listening to the person you're interviewing. If you've got a show where there are co-hosts, then slightly different, because then you can both contribute ideas to the run of the show and you can take it in turns to actually talk. And the final type of show is the team show. Now, team talk show is a chat show. And basically, there are certain things you need for a chat show that you don't need for a solo show. So let's go through the main things that we can do. Every one of the shows that I've talked about needs an intro. And the intro can be as simple as a show card. Okay, you can show the card on screen as I did for a minute, and that sets the theme and topic of the broadcast. Now, I'm grateful to designers at BeLive who created this card, but you need at least a show card to actually display it on screen at the beginning of your broadcast, so anybody catching you at the beginning of the broadcast knows what you're going to talk about. So anybody seeing that would know that we're talking about structuring broadcast, that it's live at 12 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. in the UK, and that I am the host. So an intro, simplest is a card. The next thing you can go to is you can build an intro in video, which is a short video, business video, as an introduction. And that serves basically to introduce your show, the people in your show, the topic of your show, and to engage people. Yeah. And the thing is about an intro video, you can actually use music. If you use something like in video, the music is already licensed and you can have music playing in the background as well. As well as an intro, now come to me, what you also need is an outro. And this is something that few people actually do. An outro is the end of the show. And I know that Ian actually has an outro to his show, which explains what's gone before and what's going to happen next. It is a way of actually informing your audience of what you're going to be doing and thanking them for watching this live broadcast, as I thank you now. So an outro is a great way of actually communicating with your audience and saying thank you. Okay, again, you can go to video and you could actually, or wave, you could actually create an outro video. So 2 videos that you can use in every broadcast are the intro video and the outro video. And basically, I would say that as for both of those, you don't want anything longer than a minute. I mean, I did intro videos in video where there's a countdown clock, there's a video playing, there's music playing, and just a minute to actually get everybody involved. Right, if you are watching live, please do say hello, especially if you're watching live in the BeLive streamers group. Okay, now every single broadcast that we do should have a central theme. Don't try and broadcast on several topics at one time. Take one topic, and it's got to be a topic that you are confident of. Yeah. The thing about live video is brilliant about telling stories and about getting your brand out there and about getting people involved. But people need to know, I've got a comment, thank you. People need to know what you're going to be talking about, what your central theme is. Mine today is, I'm just reminding myself so I don't get too far off topic, my central theme today is structuring a broadcast. Okay. You need to let people know your central theme and make sure it's something you're passionate about, knowledgeable about, or your guest is knowledgeable about. This is the thing about a duo or guest interview show, is that you do not need to be the only person contributing ideas. Let's go over to the comments. I can close this now and say hello to John. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining me today. Absolutely. Just need to structure the broadcast, and we'll agree on that. I'm looking forward to having a chat basically with Grant at 1:30 Eastern today, 6:30 in the UK, and we can discuss it then. Great info. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. I mean, the thing about live broadcasting is that it is about telling stories around a theme. Even if you're talking to a guest, then it's particular to their specialist area of expertise. And to have a guest, you don't need to be knowledgeable. You need to have some knowledge, but you don't need to be knowledgeable. It's up to your guest to be knowledgeable. So, central theme today's is about broadcasting. Most of my shows are about broadcasting, but pick your theme, okay, and put it into the card, put it into the introductory video. Make sure that people know what your broadcast is about. If people just think it's you going live, yeah, then it's better. It decidedly better if you put a topic in so that people know what you're talking about. And if you're interviewing a guest, I'm going to prove this tomorrow. If you're interviewing a guest and you do a show card, then both the guest and the host should be the same size on the show card. But that's just me, just a point. Okay, now you've got your theme. Then you split your theme down into topics. Now this is your run of show. You're taking your central theme and breaking it down into a series of topics. Now, the beauty of Be Live is that you can show those items on screen, and Be Live is the only system that can do that. I've got a comment coming in automatically. My hands are there. This is Be Live, and the comment's there now. How do you have the show card visible during the countdown? Okay, that's a practical question. Basically, I have the show card. I'm going to take that off a second. I have the show card and it's down in my carousel and it's in the live area. If we go here, you can see that on screen is me and the show card. Yeah. Now I leave my microphone on. Yeah, that's important. Then I put the show card solo. So the only item on the screen is the card, but you can still hear me. I'm going to take that logo off for a moment because we all know we're broadcasting on Be Live. Okay. So I've got the show card, it's solo. I'm still in the show. My microphone is on. And then what I do is I go over to the widgets area. I grab myself a countdown clock. Yeah. And the countdown clock appears on screen. Now I can move that countdown clock anywhere around screen and you just look for the best area. Yeah. So you've got the elements. Your mic's on, picture's on screen, the countdown clock is on screen. I've just gone to widgets, switched it on. It's a toggle switch, so you can switch it on, switch it off. So just prove that. If I switch it off, it goes off. If I switch it on, it goes on. All right. So there's the elements, and these are the ones that I use when I go live. So I then press the go live button, and there is then the normal 3, 2, 1 from Be Live, and then the notification that you're live. And as soon as I get a notification that I'm live, I click the countdown clock to start, and that starts the count. I can talk in the background, and I keep on talking until I get to the end of what I'm saying. I'll stop that now. Okay, so the countdown clock is stopped. I'm going to switch it off. Okay, and I'm going to come back to me. Okay, and you're most welcome, John, and thank you for the question. Again, anybody watching live, if you've got questions, right, whilst I'm live, please do ask. If I know the answer, I'll tell you. If I don't, I won't. Now, one of the things that I've done, just staying with intros, is that I've got 2 cameras, because we can have 2 cameras in our Be Live studio. I'm going to go off solo, is that my second camera is pointed out to the garden. And this is just a sort of, I'll hide that card. We've done that now. And I'm going to put that full screen. Okay. Okay. Then I bring up the card. Okay, this is just a variation on what we can do. Okay, so I bring up the card and then I go picture in picture like this. And this is how I do my, sorry, the way around. Let's go that way around. This is how I currently do my intros on Amazon. Then I put the clock in. Yeah. Drag the countdown clock down to there. So you can still hear me. But this time I've got a live camera feed, and this is our neighbour's garden at the moment, and it is live, and you can see the breeze. Alexa, what's the temperature?
At the moment, it's 21 degrees Celsius.
Wow.
Tonight, you can expect a low of 13 degrees.
Right, it's about 70 degrees Fahrenheit at the moment, and it's getting, well, it's just after 5 o'clock. Right, so this is the way that I set up my live broadcast to Amazon. I've got a camera feed in the back. I've got picture in picture for the show card. And when I go live on Amazon, I just press the start and I talk and say hello to everybody on Facebook, hello to everybody on YouTube, and a big hello to Amazon Live. Now, going to Amazon Live takes longer, and I go direct from Be Live to Amazon Live. And whilst this countdown clock is going, I'm running around in the background and I'm setting everything up so I can take comments from Amazon into my Be Live studio. Yes, we can have comments in our Be Live studios from Amazon Live. Thank you to everybody at Be Live for that feature. And that basically is how I set up for Amazon Live. And let's take that countdown clock off because it won't disappear on its own now. And how often should you broadcast? Right. Okay. You're asking somebody who broadcasts every single weekday. So I basically, you should broadcast, first of all, when you're deciding when to broadcast, do it when it's convenient to you. Don't do it to fit into anybody else's schedule. This is your broadcast at the time that you want. Now, the time that you want is to reach your audience. So if you're on the East Coast of the States, then anywhere between 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. is a good time to broadcast. So you've got a 12-hour window. How often you broadcast is basically up to you. If broadcasting is your business, which it is mine, then I broadcast at 9 a.m. Eastern every weekday. Well, no, yes, I do. No, I broadcast, right, I broadcast at 11 a.m. Eastern every weekday to Amazon Live. I do these live shows on a Tuesday. I do blabbing on a Wednesday, sorry, I'm tired. Blabbing for Britain on Thursday, Ask Angelica on Friday. So me, I go live 10 times a week. Okay. So that's the extreme. I would say that if you go live once a week at a set time and you let people know what it is, the end time it's going to be, then that's the way to get started. Have a regular day and time, let people know in advance, promote in advance, and go live at that time so people can get used to you being there. I mean, I'll give you, for instance, if we go just a minute, I'll give you a practical example. Hopefully, just give me a second. I'm just going off to Facebook. Okay, and I'm waiting for the internet, and Angelica's teaching at the same time, and I've got problems. I'm just trying to get this to work. Okay, so if you go live at the same time and the same day every week, and you let people know, that's it. Once you've got that underway, then if you time allows you, you can then put a second broadcast in. I'd say that most people broadcast 2 to 3 times a week from experience. We can back that up with stats from Be Live, but I would say the vast majority of people go live once a week. Quite a few go live 2 and 3 times a week, and the outliers go live whenever there's a camera there. But if you're starting, I'd go one broadcast a week and have it as a set time. Now I can go over here, hopefully. I had a Windows update in the middle of a broadcast today, and it played absolute havoc with everything. I'm just going to close a few things down, get back to me. And just want to show you this. And it's not playing ball. I want to go there. Okay. And the internet. Okay. I got it. Okay. If I go here and do a screen share. Normally I go live at 9 a.m. Eastern and I talk for Be Live. I do 3 broadcasts a week for Be Live. This is the 4th one. And I go live at 9 a.m. Eastern. So people are used to seeing me at 9 a.m. Eastern, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Because I'm doing this show today, I actually went live early today. So let's see what happened. People are used to seeing me. And I've got to share screen now and coming back. So let's bring the share screen in, full screen. People are used to seeing me. And there's my intro. I told you what my intro was. Take that off full screen. Switch that camera off. Okay, so switch this camera on. Hide that. Hide. All right, we'll get there. Hide. I'm going to go this way around. Right, so people have got used to the fact that I actually broadcast on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 9 a.m. Eastern. So, but today, because I'm doing this broadcast, I had to switch my Amazon show to 9 a.m. Eastern from 11 a.m. Eastern. And basically, there was a lot of interaction today, more than normal, because people were expecting to see me and they didn't understand what I was doing at first. And as Corinda commented, I was still live an hour and 20 minutes after I started. So this just proves that if you go live at a regular time, people expect you to be live and basically come along and watch. And it does show up in their profiles as well. And this is key. Getting people to watch on Facebook is easy. If I said to my friends, come and watch me, then they would for a one-off, no problem at all. But getting yourself into the Facebook reach algorithm where it actually shows it to people so they can come and watch, that is an art. It really is an art. I mean, I talk on the Amazon live shows about when we got the external Logitech C920X camera to appear better, to get a better appearance on screen, better sound. And we used to broadcast then to thousands of people. That was in the heyday of live video. Right, okay. So every show should have one central theme. We don't confuse people by having 2 themes because they won't know what they're coming to watch. People need to know what they're watching. And it's good to have a reminder through the broadcast. Now, this is where, if I go here and here, in our Be Live studios, we have sticky notes. Okay. And I can bring onto screen anytime during the broadcast the sticky notes. Your host is Steve Neely from England. We're talking about live broadcasting, looking at Logitech Brio and the Samsung S22 mobile. Thank you for watching. Ask me questions about live broadcasting. Now, I can bring that up on screen anytime. All it is in widgets, sticky notes. You type in the text and then you move them about the screen. Yeah, and I can switch them on and off. So several times during a live broadcast, I will actually bring that up to remind people of the central theme of the broadcast. Yeah, because the show card's gone, the intro video's gone. There's nothing else on screen apart from you. And people look at it and it goes in the feed and they say, what's he talking about? Well, if you put that on every quarter of an hour or so, then you actually remind people. Okay, and over to the comments again. And let's go here. And John, thank you. Okay, and how often should you broadcast? So once a week to start with, and then it's up to you. If do your broadcasts? How many times do you broadcast at the week, John? At the moment, do you broadcast a week? Okay, but if you're new, then just a one. Get to like and enjoy it, and then go on and do a second one. And I say most people will do between 1 and 3 broadcasts a week, but do go out at a regular time. We've talked about intros a moment ago. I just need to find my way in my agenda. So, all right, okay, twice, yeah, that's good. That's good. It is basically it's what suits you, and to go live twice a week is manageable. Yeah. How long do you go live for? Just curious now. How long is each broadcast? And more to the point, what do you talk about? Because we might as well get a bit of an advert here whilst we're actually talking. A bit of promotion going. So you've got your central theme, then the topics. And these are a list of talking points that you're going to actually talk about during the live broadcast. And it's more as a reminder to you. The thing is, some people, you can switch your camera on, and as soon as they're on camera, they start talking. They don't stop until you switch the camera off. That is the ideal interview guest. I'm hoping that with Grant tomorrow. Other people, basically, if you ask them a question, sort of give you an answer, and then space, silence. Okay. Never ask yes or no questions. We know this. Don't ask a yes or no question, because you'll only get a yes or no answer. Better are what do you think of? Yeah. No yes, no questions. Now, the other thing that's important, if you want to, this is a Facebook thing, and it's also a YouTube thing, really, but Facebook more so. When you're actually planning for a broadcast, do plan for audience engagement. Yeah. Now, I'm fortunate today in that I've got comments coming in throughout the broadcast. Yeah. And I can, 30 minutes, brilliant. I can show the comments on screen as I want to. Yeah. Basically, if you're doing a central theme with topics, it is enticing to take the comments as they come in. And that's a good way of doing it. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you're getting a lot of comments, then make space in the broadcast. Allow for 3 or 4 minutes when all you're going to do is show comments on screen, answer them, and acknowledge them. Yeah. Audience engagement builds the show. And this is a fact. Yeah. If you're broadcasting publicly on Facebook or on YouTube or even on Amazon Live, if you're broadcasting publicly and people comment on your broadcast, a comment is golden, because every time somebody comments on your live broadcast, Facebook sees that you are getting through to people and getting interaction going. And Facebook is all about interaction. And the simple math is, the more comments you get, the more people see your broadcast, the greater your reach. So if I go live in the Be Live Streamers group and nobody comments, very few people will see it. As soon as people start to comment, more and more people see it. And this is important whilst you're live. You want the live comments. They're the golden. John being here today and Grant being here today is very helpful, because every time one of them comments, more people get to see the broadcast. How can I explain that? When you start broadcasting, Be Live, well, Facebook shows your broadcast to a number of people. If a comment comes in, they show it to more people. If another comment comes in, they show it to even more people. You're still doing the same broadcasts you were doing in the beginning, but more and more people seeing it, not through the power of your broadcast. Well, it is effectively, but also because of people actually commenting. And we have a comment coming in, and the comment's coming from Steve. Steve, hello. Nice to see you. Thank you for your kind comments, and thank you for commenting today. It is live video is like a car. Yeah, we need petrol to run on, and the petrol that, well, I don't know, it's not probably a bad analogy, but the more people comment, the more gas the show gets, and the faster it can go, and the more people see it. It's a virtuous circle. Yeah. First comment is priceless, because that opens up like that, and then like that, and then like that. Okay. If we all want to get to a stage where we're like Mari Smith. Okay. Now, Mari Smith is American, Scottish, and Canadian, I think. But Mari, when Mari goes live, basically, when she goes live, her audience starts off at that. And then it goes like that, and then it goes like that, and then it goes like that. Other people who do that, Molly Mahoney can do that. Yeah. It's basically going live at a regular time, paying due regard to your audience. And it's just work. You just put the hours in, you put the shows in, and eventually word spreads out. I mean, Mari's been doing this now for, well, not say, for a number of years. And so has Molly. And they are, if you want to watch two people whose broadcasts are successful, their names are Molly Mahoney and Mari Smith. Now, Mari Smith is Smith, we all know. Mari is Mari. If you go to Facebook, just type in Mari Smith and you'll find out. She's the broadcaster's broadcaster. Consummate professional, perfect presentation on screen, knows exactly what she's talking about, is enthusiastic at the right time, gets you involved. Right. So shout out to Mari Smith, who's an excellent example of reaching an audience consistently. So audience engagement is key to the success of the show. You should plan for it. You can show comments as they come in, or you can take 3 or 4 minutes during the show to actually show comments on screen. And the other thing, let's go here when we get to audience questions and the question that came in earlier. Yeah, when you get a question, yeah, answer it straight away. That's the exception. If you get a question, answer it straight away, because that's the engagement factor. Yeah. So thank you, John. Showing comments on screen. Now we've covered that, but I want to make a point here that you don't just show a comment once. You can show a comment as many times as you want during the broadcast. And the thing is, this is a little trick. Basically, when people are watching you and it just flicks through their newsfeed, okay, shows with a comment on will attract attention more than shows with just you on. So whether it's a comment or it's text from the agenda, make sure you make good use of both. And you can show a comment on screen more than once, and you can show basically, okay, right. And questions from guests. I mean, we covered that. I mean, basically, we're going on script, which is good. Okay, now, one of the attributes of being live, obviously, is being able to talk and talk about your topic, which you're enthusiastic about. Go through your agenda, go through the structure, go through the points, make them one by one. But the other thing you have to do is to listen to your audience as your audience are actually commenting. Okay, now, we said a moment ago, and I'm just going to come back up here because I can use this more than once, that the type of show is an interview show. Okay. Duo show co-hosted, you agree with your co-host what's going to happen during the show, no problem at all. Interview show, agree with your guest before the interview 3 or 4 questions that they want to be asked. Usually it's who, what, where, why, possibly how. But this is the key thing. If you're interviewing somebody, then in a 30-minute broadcast, just as a rule of thumb, this is Stephen's rule of thumb, your guest should be talking for about 20 minutes and you should be talking for 10. In other words, the show is your show. Everybody knows you're hosting it. It's on your timeline. You've brought this guest in, but everybody has, well, not every, all right. Most people have come to see you, but the great draw is your guest. So you've got to give your guest time to talk. So you've got to listen to what they're saying and basically let them tell their stories. And if they get lost in a story, just let them carry on. This is golden. I mean, asking questions that actually get a meaningful answer. Yeah, that's the way to go. And to actually let people run with the question, Listen to what they're, because listening, when you're doing a live broadcast, listening is as important as the talking. Listen to your audience, listen to your guests, and let your guest talk. Yeah, at least 2/3 of the time. Now, if you're doing a team show, so we said earlier that one of the 4 types of show is a team talk. Yeah, then on a team talk, this is simple and straightforward. If you've got 4 people on screen and you're broadcasting for an hour, you should all talk for 15 minutes. Yeah. Equality is everything. Get people to talk on the topic for 15 minutes and let exchanges go between. But what you want at the end of the show is not one person speaking for 45 minutes and 3 people speaking for 5. The ideal target is to have 4 people each with equal time on air, equal time soloed on screen. Yeah. The other thing is that when you're doing a show, and this is again about structuring, let's see if we can go here. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pretend, and let's put this in the, yeah. I'm going to stop screen share. Okay, and I'll give you a practical example. I'm just waiting to hide this. Right. I'm interviewing Grant tomorrow. Okay, 9 a.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. And we're going to agree 4 questions. We're talking later tonight. But if I'm interviewing Grant, then most of the time we should be on screen like this. Okay, so side by side, and I'm talking to Grant and Grant is replying. I prefer to have, this is just a personal thing, but I prefer to have this view, he said. Okay, because people can get a wider appreciation. I will be bigger in a minute. Talk, I've got a comment come in. I'll take the comment in a moment. Thank you very much for the comment. Side by side, you're equals in this. Yeah, doing this, in my mind, is just plain wrong. Either way around, you don't want to be that. You want to be like this, side by side. Your guest is equal to you. You are equal to your guest. I know Marco Nova does a lot of guest interviews, and he says he learns a lot because he just sits there and just listens to his guests talking, and he invites people onto his show, and he wants to know what they know. So it's a win-win situation. Now, when your guest starts talking, then you've got a choice. And my choice is when the guest is talking and is in full flow, in other words, it's not doing a yes nor answer, your guest is telling a story, bring your guest full screen. Let them have the full screen so that they're in control of what's actually being broadcast. They are, to all extents, running the show, telling their stories. And you'll find when you do that, your guest really appreciates having the limelight because that's what it's all about. It's all about publicity. So let's catch up with the comments and say hello to Dr. Elo Efrain. Welcome. Look forward to chatting later. Excellent. And we say hello. I'm broadcasting late today. I must be. Say hello to Chris DeVoven, my good friend, who I just enjoy broadcasting with. And we should get together possibly later this year, Chris, to a more together broadcast because I've got a system which will help us do that. Okay. So Chris, hello. Thank you very much. Okay. So when it's right, put your guest solo on the screen. Don't be afraid of doing it. Yeah. This is all about publicizing them. By publicizing them, you're being seen as a giving person, providing the platform for that person to actually reach out to the world and to your audience. Okay. Right. Showing comments we've done. Right now, we just said how important listening is, especially in an interview, also in a team show. Listen to your audience and comments when you're actually just solo broadcasting. Now, as I'm doing here with BeLive, a show, and let's put the logo on for this bit, with Be Live. And let's go here and here. All right. That's just to give myself a breather. Be Live. With Be Live, it's not the case that you have to appear on screen all the time, full screen, talking when you're solo. When you've got a co-host, you can share the screen. When you've got a guest, you can share the screen. It's a team, there's 4 of you, 8 of you on screen. But people are good. People should be the bigger part of the show. But if you're doing a live show, then basically you can make use of, I'm just going for this one. I'll go here. You should make use of images. Okay. Now this is an image taken from an Amazon live broadcast with my good friend Marco Novo talking about Logitech Litra light, which is the light that's lighting me at the moment. Now the thing is that I can bring that image into the show and talk about it. Yeah. So if I go here now, and I'm going to hide Grant, I'll see you later. If I go here now, by simply bringing an image into the show, I can talk about that image. Yeah, I can talk about the fact that I saw that light and I bought 2 of them. And Chris can say, I bought that light because I saw that light and we've both seen the light. And so has Jim Ziegler. In fact, quite a few people, Peter Stewart, all good friends, have bought this Logitech Litra light, all because of Marco interviewing Daniel Sigmund from Logitech. So you can use pictures to tell a story. Okay, but we're on Be Live. Yeah. And on Be Live, if I put, I'm just going to play a couple of minutes of this. We can use YouTube video. And there is no better way to actually illustrate your point than to actually show video on screen. It doesn't have to be uploaded. You can just get the URL from YouTube. You can play it in your broadcast to emphasize a point. Now, I'm doing, as I say, I keep advertising this, but I'm interviewing tomorrow. And I'm going to say to Grant, can you bring a couple of videos with you? Because I would love to watch the video, because Grant is a stage hypnotist. I want to learn more about exactly what he does. He's also a friend and an Amazon insider and broadcaster, but he's also, his main job, his main occupation is he's a world-renowned stage hypnotist. But I don't have any stage hypnotism videos. So just to make the point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in a video, which is on YouTube. Yeah, the video is full screen. I'm not going to play all of it. You're going to meet some chickens. And I just want to take the logo off because this is not a Be Live video. Okay. And basically what we're going to do now is I have got a new phone, which you may or may not know about. It's the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. And for those that you don't know, I'll come back to me for a second. Just to note, this is the phone. This is the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. And if I tap it, it says, thank you. Okay. Since I started selling this on Amazon Live, broadcasting from Be Live, I've sold quite a few of these. Let's just leave it at that. But this video you're about to see now was shot using this phone. And if I go over here, okay, so this is how you can use video in all your live shows, irrespective of theme. Is my first video with the Samsung S22 Ultra, and we're in the garden on a beautiful sunny day. It's about 31 degrees, and let's take a walk down the path and see what we can find. Okay, now what I'm checking is the sound quality and also the video quality. So let's see how this works. So I can pan round. Okay, and I'm going to go onto the grass, and this is our newer wildflower garden, and the right hand side is taking off slowly, but the left hand side is firmly established. As I go round again and down the garden. Okay, Angelica put a lot of work into getting the garden into the state it's in. And I want to take you down now to the new table and chairs that we've got. Chairs are covered up to protect them because, as you can see, we are out in the countryside and birds can actually fly over, which is not a good idea. But this is our brand new table, and we saw it in the local garden centre and thought, let's have that. So we did, we bought it. Okay, now over here is our wild animal enclosure, and if I go around the corner we should see, hopefully they're camera friendly, but if I go around here we should be able to see, hello chickens, hello. Okay, and we've got 4 chickens in total. They're all rather camera shy, yeah, and they're turning away from the camera. They know what's going on, they know. So you can, when you're doing the structure of your show, which is what this broadcast is all about, remember that in your structure you should allow for showing of images and for playing a video from YouTube, and it breaks up the show. Okay, the thing is, if you've got a guest on the show and the show is 60 minutes long, and what you want to do is take a break halfway through, just show a video, gives you both you and your guest a break, and then you can carry on refreshed after the video stopped playing. Now, what I'm doing at the moment, and this is basically, I just need to do something. I need to go to my profile. Okay, and what I'm doing, I'm just going to turn the sound up. Okay, and what? Right, okay. What I'm doing there is just whenever I play a video, and this is basically, I always forget the sound, but not in recently. It's not been just me. I've lost sound after playing a video, so I've got the video playing. Just a hint, tip and trick: when you are live, watch yourself on the video. So that you can see that everything that you expect to be in the video is actually live. So we have been talking about structuring a broadcast. During the video, I thanked everybody who's actually commented live today. Do appreciate you spending your time. If you've any questions about Be Live or live broadcasting, right, okay, this is a good time. I've just thought of something. Okay, this is live. We're going to do this live. We're going to actually do this, and I'm going to update. Okay, and question, comment coming. Thank you, great info. You're most welcome. And my question to everybody watching live or watching on the replay: would you like to be my guest? My guest tomorrow is Grant Saunders, but Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 9 a.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. in the UK, 3 p.m. in Belgium, I'm going live for 30 minutes in the Be Live live video sales group on my pages on YouTube and on LinkedIn. And I would like you to be my guest. Now, I'll drop a link after this broadcast, probably later tonight. I'll drop a link, and we're doing a series of 30-minute interviews, and straight away, John has commented and said, by the way, I do a broadcast about personal topic of John's shows are personal empowerment and resilience. My other broadcast is my Sunday pastoral message. Yeah, I know it's a very effective medium for actually reaching out to an audience. And out to Chris, and Chris is saying, can you give the beginning and end of what you want the show on? Can you give the beginning and end of what you want to show on the YouTube video and Be Live? Right, basically, for tomorrow's broadcast, yeah, I'm asking Grant for 2 videos, which sort of are what he does. One will be about his being stage hypnotist, and one will be about his broadcasting on Amazon Live. It's basically videos which are on topic. I mean, we go back to the beginning, that each show should have a theme, a central theme. And to that end, the video should relate to the theme. Okay. That's the thing to do. So, and the intros and outros, okay, the intro and outro is basically a video version of this. Let's go see if we can set this up. If I put this, I want to hide the chickens. Okay, I want to hide the light, and I want to go over here, put this solo. Okay, so that's the first bit. Then I want to bring in the second bit. Okay, then I want to go switch my camera off and get there, picture in picture. Okay, and not solo. I want to switch that camera on again. Right, this is building up an intro, and you're actually modeling it here. Yeah, let's just take that off. Where do I want to go? Yeah, that's better. Okay, and then if you're doing a countdown clock, then you put the countdown clock on. Okay, so what I would do, Chris, is I would do a video intro which is modeled on the live broadcast, so you can actually show it during the live broadcast. In video is great for actually putting these videos together, as you know, and basically it can either be just a show card set to music with your voice as an intro. It could be, you could have the countdown clock on and say, okay, join me in an hour. Okay, as a promo, but as an intro video to your show, just have the countdown clock on, and I usually put mine up there, and say, welcome to the show. Okay, this show is about, and just simple as that, one picture, music, and the clock. And you use that as a countdown clock on your way. And I've got a couple of comments come in, so I'm going to take those. But basically, intro and outro should be germane to the show, to the central theme, and that's it. The central theme rules. And I'm going to go over now and take some comments. So let's go over here, and I'm back on screen. I don't need that clock. Just a minute. We've got a clock, and I don't want a clock. Okay, and I'm going to go over to the comments. And say hello to. All right. And John, I'll be in touch. So John is saying, oh, wait a minute. Just let me, I've got all sorts going on. Just a minute. So John is saying, I would love to be a guest on your show. Brilliant. I'll be in touch tomorrow, probably, but we'll be in touch definitely before the end of the week. Next comment is coming in from Steve. And Steve does Be Live for his church as well. I say it's great to actually reach an audience who can't be in the church at the time. That's basically one of the benefits of live video. Steve, excellent. And John, do you use Canva to make the show? Yes, I do. All my show cards are made on Canva, and it's probably the best platform there is for doing it. If you were to say Canva is the Rolls Royce, yeah, Canva can do everything. And over to Chris. And Chris is saying, thank you so much, Stephen. You're most welcome. Okay. Well, wow. Thank you, everybody. I always enjoy being live in the live streaming community. It's a special place to broadcast. I'm grateful for your time today. I want to say enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you all again. I'm live again tomorrow at 5 a.m. Eastern. That's probably a bit early, but I will be live again tomorrow on Amazon Live at 11 a.m. Eastern. I look forward to seeing you, if not tomorrow, on a future show. I'll be back in the Be Live Streamers group in 2 weeks, same time, 12 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. in UK, 6 p.m. in Belgium, 2 weeks' time. It's a date. Take care. Goodbye for now, and thank you for watching. I don't know an outro.